All right, so this is going to be really random, but I thought this would be a fun topic to talk about. I think the overlap in Smash and horror movies, I don't know how big that is, if at all. So we'll see how this goes. But I think that Chucky is a character where, like, no, as much as Smash Bros is like, dude, anyone can make it, I don't think Chucky could. With that being said, I think Chucky would be a super cool pick for Smash. Like for myself. Like I would think that would be cool. Now, I think it could be easy to look at and to say that Chucky would fit more in Mortal Kombat, but I just think he's too short to be in Mortal Kombat. I think if they were to do it, they'd have to do like a Dead by Daylight thing where they kind of had Charles Lee Ray come out at some points. I think that'd be the only way to really get that to work. And I feel like for a fighting game character, I don't think that would be as much of like, oh, cool, I'm playing Chucky. So I think with Smash, with the way the heights are in that game, which it's still interesting to me about the whole like Ridley debacle, where it was like, oh, Ridley's too big for Smash. When you would look at some of the heights of the characters, I remember it never added up to me. Where it was like, really, they couldn't make him work because it was like you have Alf who's supposed to be like an inch tall, but then he's like pretty much as tall as Mario, I think, in Smash. I remember there was one point where I was like really looking into it, and it was like this doesn't really make sense to me. So I think Chucky would make sense as like in like an Olimar height, and I think with the way Chucky moves around and stuff, I mean, obviously, yeah, like Smash would never have someone. Well, no, that's not true. I almost just said Smash would never have someone using a knife. Joker does. So if they could do it in a way where, like, it's not gory or anything, but Chucky would be an interesting character. I feel like because Chucky, I feel like would have like speed and agility, and his attacks would be very short ranged. I feel like for one of his B moves, I could picture there being some sort of lunge, or maybe that's like a dash attack because sometimes he would like really lunge at people. And the thing that I think would be the coolest is, even though, I'm not like the biggest playing with Final Smash on, that doesn't mean I don't think Final Smash isn't cool. I love seeing them. And I think it'd be really, really neat. Which, by the way, I don't care if you play with Final Smash on. That was not like oh, look at me, I don't play with it on. I just don't usually play with it on. But with Chucky, I think it'd be so cool that when you use his Final Smash, it's him trying to possess, like get his spirit out of the doll. And if you like aim it right, you could get your soul into a player, and then you could just control what they do. So you could, which like when you're thinking of it as like a 1v1 scenario, it's like, oh, well, you'll just SD. But if you're playing like a free for all or like a 2v2 or whatever, you could possess one of them and then go after other people, and then like your body is invulnerable. Like your character can't be hit, but if you possess somebody else, you could attack other players. I think that'd be so cool. And just they could also have it to where like what like how the scene would be like how it is in the Chucky movies, where there's like lightning and like the screen gets all dark, like it's all cloudy and everything. They could have bolts of lightning going through, and it could hit opponents, which would make it so that you would have more of a chance of aiming the soul onto an opponent and then being able to possess them. So, and then it'd be like a duration, like once the clouds dissipate and the sky's clear, then the soul would go back to Chucky. But I just think he'd be such a fun pick. And again, it's not, this video isn't more so talking about like Chucky should get in, and this is my campaign for Chucky to get in. This is more of just looking at it as from like a fun angle of, if Chucky were to get in, like how well would he fit in Smash? And to be honest, I think he would fit really well. I don't want to go through and make an entire moveset. This is more just the overall concept of, if Chucky were to get into Smash, how would it seem? And I think height-wise, I think the way that he moves around, I think he'd be unique with how he moves around because he has such short limbs. I think the way his attack style would be unique, because I don't really think we have a character that would come out like Chucky would right now in the current Smash Bros roster. So I just think it'd be a cool pick. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Is there any overlap at all? Is this just ridiculous? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.